This is why I say mute your mic when you ain't talking. Cause see, like you leave yours on so you can jump in. You know what I'm saying?
Good one.
But do you see how destructive that is? No, stop. Mute your mic. Let him talk.
But hey, man, hey, look, I appreciate everybody who's watching, who's joined in right now. Welcome to another episode of Elevated Dialogue on the Unkle Jr. Network. Today we have my homeboy, my main man, Kenneth Rice, Victor Viziant, and Antoine C-Man, the game, the other artist, Christopher.
There you go. Boy, that was pretty good.
Look at Antoine.
Ain't nobody gonna ever call him C-Man. You know what
C-Man.
I ain't no MC.
Ain't no damn man. I'm saying, like, your art on display, we know what you do. They waiting on me to find out what it is that I'm gonna do. Just like they waiting on K Rice. So like let K Rice do some talking, man. We've been talking.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. So, hey, the main reason, the only reason, the purpose of this is at the end of the day, everything we do over here is about having elevated dialogue, giving back to our youth, having conversations, that's solution-based conversations. So Kenneth Rice is an entrepreneur. He was in the military. He did all these great things. And one of the things he's working on right now is starting up his own, he's starting up his own trade school. Hey, man, but real talk, man, Kenneth, man, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us a little bit about the trade school, the process, how you got started, where did the energy and where did the vision come from?
Well, one of the things I like about, I'm going to talk about your show first before I talk about myself. I do like the fact that we free on here. We're not like wearing suit and ties and we're not restricted. Mm-hmm. We're in our own environment right now. So if you ever blow up, get millions of views or whatever, I don't want to switch to like suits and ties. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah.
I like this right here. We're in our natural environment, natural state, and we can present the same amount of information as like Stephen A. Smith, those guys, on TV. They think that we have to dress up just to become intelligent. That's not true.
But Rice,
I do like this.
Rice, you are still gonna upgrade your camera, right?
I did. Definitely.
I'm just make sure we talk about that. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you gonna upgrade your mic?
It's the small thing.
My mic is good.
Your mic is trash.
Really? Really?
Yeah, I need the mic. I need
that was a good one.
I need the headphones coming down. Yeah.
I went on YouTube and said, "What's the top best 5 one?"
Hey man,
Antoine, you see what you did? You see what you did, Antoine?
About you. You made his intro about you.
Sorry. I was just talking.
This is why I say mute your mic when you ain't talking. Cause see, like you leave yours on so you can jump in. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good one.
But do you see how destructive that is?
No, it was a good one.
No, stop. Mute your mic. Let him talk.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Rice.
So I'm Kenneth Rice. I'm originally from Mississippi, born and raised. Went to college in Illinois. I wanted to get away from home, get away from a little small town, one traffic light, moved to a big city, Chicago, to go to college. When I was in college, I realized I didn't have money. So, in that time, I was like, man, I needed money. So I was like, I'm going to the military. I can still go to college. So I put like full-time college on the back burner, joined the military. And the next thing you know, I was in the military. I was still going to college, but I was thought maybe do like 3 or 4 years and get out. But I was starting to like it and advance in my career. I actually fast-tracked through the military. One of the things, I was fortunate enough to have good leaders. And one thing that my leaders believed in, you be the best. And we have to be the best at everything. They kind of forced that and instilled that into me. So I kind of progressed along with them being my mentors. They had high standards. So I progressed along and I got to a point in my career, I felt like, you reached that maximum potential of all that you can really do. And I need to go a new direction. They still believe in pushing on, which is that's what they love, they passion. But I learned that my passion was a little bit different. Like I started thinking about people back home. I started thinking about like my different impact on the world is, having a military impact is good, but that's a limit. I feel like I was thinking about like Nelson Mandela, just having that kind of, I may not ever have that impact, but I just want to, head that direction because we have so much potential in us. And I feel like When they say find your desire, your passion, I think my passion is to help other people, to inspire people like me, because nobody can ever understand me except people like me. But being able to give back, so that's like the final chapter of my life, is just giving back. I've done about everything I could probably want to do, made as much money I probably want to make that will keep me satisfied. If I make a lot of money, it serves me. It's not gonna serve me a big purpose. Yeah, I can have it, but it's just for me, that's to develop my platform to give back to people, because all the material things I can buy in this world, it won't fulfill me. I've had them, it's not fulfilling. But like giving back to people, helping people, that's more rewarding. I don't want to be broke, obviously. I want to, I would like to, be successful in that state of finances, but I don't put a number on it, like how much money I need to make. But I'm at the point now where I want to be fulfilled every day, and I think Uncle Junior, he was saying, just having disabilities and things like that. A lot of you sit back and you think about a lot of things that people suffer from, and how can you help a person? It's just little small things. And we're in the social media world and technology world, and like people lose the touch of like communication. So I do like this podcast, how we're able to communicate face to face. No texting, no social media. Just like I like this right here. Mm-hmm. If you think about back in the day, you sat down. Maybe I don't know if you did or didn't, but normally the family comes together, sit down at the table, have a conversation, and figure out what's going on in your life, Vic. What's going on in your life, Antoine? Uncle Junior, like, yeah. Because it's like I can't. If I go to Victor page, it tells me things that's on his mind, but he's not communicating that to me. Mm-hmm. So at that point, I think like going back to communication, like what's really going on. Antoine's got things going on. I can't look at his face and say, okay, yeah, he's dealing with something. He might be smiling every day, but deep down inside, dealing with some serious issues. Mm-hmm. But I think like communication, like face-to-face verbal communication, I can look at it and I can really feel a person. I can analyze them. I can kind of make an assessment. I don't know everything, but it gets you pretty close when you start seeing people face-to-face. So I think we can never let go of that. So I'm happy to be able to communicate with y'all, share, talk, and even like when we work together, collaborate. There's mm-hmm. power in numbers, and we all feed off each other's energy though. So right now I feel like this is all positive energy. We're doing great things. Yep. Even now I feel like this is an impact on the world. This is an impact on us. So I see it. I see
That's his book he wrote. One of the books he wrote.
Okay. But this is where we at, and we on a good platform. We heading in the same direction. We got the energy. So now I'm gonna talk about my, idea of trade school, whatever.
Okay.
So I work with a lot of engineers, and in the engineering field, not a lot of black people. Not a lot of black engineers. Maybe more around the world, but in this area, in my field, it wasn't. So, I worked on a lot of technology, which required me to have the same knowledge as engineers. I didn't have an engineering degree, but what I found out, those guys, they weren't willing to share their knowledge with me because we all competing, mm-hmm. and that's job security for them. So I had to understand mechanical, electrical, software, production. And I kind of got frustrated, because I was like, I'm the minority here. I'm always having to prove myself, so it's like they don't think I know anything, but I know a lot of things. And I'm not an engineer, but I'm just smart as those guys. So I said, I don't want, when I look back at the people behind me, I want them to have the basic knowledge of, don't just, be an expert, a master in one craft, but, you got to have general knowledge, because you find yourself in a situation where you may need knowledge and information, and you may not be able to go, or people may not be willing to share or help you. But we can set ourselves up for success. So I believe, like, if you understand, like, trade, there's so many different things that we can do to empower each other. So the other thing was, I was going around like this after, during the COVID, I was going around and see so many signs that said hiring everywhere I went. And I was like, man, it's like, I know people that need jobs. I know people that want to work, But honestly, nobody really want to work for like pennies, you know. They don't really, but somebody got to do the work, and I understand that. And I'm not against having a job, but while you working though, then what's the next level for you? You know, I
Yeah.
feel like you should progress. So you go from an employee to a tradesman to a master, you know, maybe to a manager, supervisor. You can even go to CEO if that's your choice. But I was telling Uncle Junior earlier that when you become a master, I feel like at that point, when you become a master, you obligated to, I feel this way, that you obligated to give back and teach, bring that next person up. And if we share, like if you look at wisdom, like young people are not gonna have wisdom because it's the things that you've been through, the knowledge you acquire over time, you know, going through obstacles and adversity. Once you overcome all these things, you've gained a lot of knowledge and wisdom because you learn what to do and what not to do. So at that point, when you have wisdom, you can share that. So we're not just talking about knowledge. Like I've been around a lot of people that got the knowledge, but I look at all the old school, our old heads, whatever you want to call them, they're not giving back. And I feel like in the trade school, in that environment, I want to give back to every industry if I can. And I want to set people up for success and have them introduced to a lot of things because you only know, like I'm coming from a small town, Mississippi. I only know what my environment had available for me. I didn't know a lot of other things that was available in this world. So what I want to do is I want to share all these industries, all these different jobs to people. Same thing like in the military. You pick a job, you may like it or may not like it, but I want to at least introduce it to people. So try this, try that. You don't get that opportunity to do that once you stuck in the field. Or get a degree, you just stuck. You can do things outside of that, but you get the degree. You know you're not gonna have 5 degrees. You're gonna get one, and if you like it, you may still not find a job in that field. Then what you do after that, you may settle for something just because you need something right now. But we're not going for just the things that we need. We want, what do you want? Antoine, what do you want, Vic? Uncle G, what do you really want? We strive for that. Maybe you'll never achieve it, but at least you got that mark. You set that mark and you say, this is what I want. And then what do your children want? Because I think a lot of times we forget about the people, I would say, the people behind us, our children, nieces and nephews, cousins, just even, family members, their friends or your kids' friends, thinking about them into how can we help them, So we always look at, we made it now. Okay, good, great. Now what the next chapter is going to be. So I think a lot of times we forget about our children. So people say, leave an inheritance for your children. Well, you leave an inheritance, they'll say money. They're going to blow it. But what else can we leave for them? Like trade school is a forever going thing that we can develop. And we can always, and it's ours, minority owned. It's something that we can continue to give. It's our own institution. So it's a lot of things that we can continue to teach. But we always continue to give back because we don't want our generation to get lost. And we don't want our generation to be at the will and mercy of other people. Like when I was in my job, I was telling you once around with engineers, I was at the mercy of them. Whatever they wanted to share with me, they shared it. If they didn't want me to know, they didn't share it with me. So it was my job to go out and get knowledge and gain knowledge, surround myself with other people. Like I met black engineers. I was like, wow. I was like, where you guys been, And I was like, but they're not out there just saying, hey, I'll make $100,000. Hey, you should do this job. They don't do that. They go and make their 100,000. What they do, Uncle Junior? What they do?
They sit on it.
They egg, just like sitting on the egg. That's like, this is my egg. I got it. I'm not, I don't know about the next guy, but he need to figure it out on his own. I'm not like that. So that's how I came up with the idea of having a trade. I think everybody should have some type of trade. And the thing about trade is not that it's a job. Don't think about it. It's just a job. If you like to do something for a hobby, whether it be farming, just work around the yard, you know what I'm saying? If you into like writing books, that's all I'm saying. That's all.